Okay, just a short video to get younger kids started on guitar. One of the things that you have to remember is small hands have a difficult time, short fingers have a difficult time reaching the upper strings on most guitars, and most small student guitars actually have difficult action on them, meaning they're inexpensive, so it's more difficult for students to actually push down on the strings to fret notes. So to help with that, basically what we do is we start them on chords that are towards the bottom of the guitar. Okay, so basically, you know, small hands, small chords to start with anyway, until they get comfortable reaching up a little higher to the top strings. So the chords I'm going to show you right now, you can start students of any age, son or daughters, on the bottom three strings, and they're real easy chords to start with. First one we're going to start with is a G7 chord, and all you have to do for a G7 chord is the first string on the first fret right here, and the bottom three strings. And remember, with guitar we count strings from the bottom up, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as we go. So this is a G7 chord, bottom three strings. Move up here to the third fret of that same string. This is a G major chord. Back down to the first fret, but we move up to the second string now. This is a C major chord, and again, just the bottom three strings. I'm going to add a couple to this, at least one anyway, just to kind of get young students to use more than one or two fingers. This is a D major chord, and what you're doing here is index finger is on the third string second fret, middle finger is on the bottom string second fret, your ring finger goes to the second string third fret, and this bottom three strings would be a D major chord. If they can reach to the fourth string, that is an open D. It makes this chord sound a little bit better. You can start on the D here, which is a little bit more difficult, a little bit more complicated. Then what you can do is move from the D back down to a G, which is the bottom three strings. Down to a C, bottom three strings again, which is that middle string of these three. In other words, second string from the bottom, first fret, G7. Okay? We can add one more, an F major chord. Now we're just going to do the bottom three strings again. We can either do this, which is just the second string, first fret, and the third string second fret in the bottom three strings again. That is technically an F7 chord. Okay, now we add a couple of notes. This a full chord for a 5-string chord would be this. So what we're doing is we're kind of substituting, you know, strings here a little bit, but it's something to get them started, and it sounds good. If they can, you can tilt this index finger over to get both of the bottom, this first and second string, the two bottom strings, on that first fret at the same time. Move back up to this third string on the second fret. Oops, sorry. That would be an F major chord on the bottom three strings. Okay, now we're not doing the top strings at all for that. So just the bottom three strings. So again, quick review. We have a G7, a G major, a C major, we have a D major, and the last one we took was an F major, which is here. So those are some chords to get them started, just to get them working around the guitar and getting a little bit of gratification just from the sound that they can get, because they're not stretching and making a difficult move up here to the top strings. You can also start them just by starting on the bottom string and moving their fingers, even if they just use the first three fingers without the little finger, which is a little bit complicated for most young students. Open string on the bottom string on the first fret, second fret, third fret. Move up to the next string, and then move up one more. As they get more and more comfortable, you can take it up one more string at a time, to the fourth string, then to the fifth string, and then finally reaching to the sixth. But the small chords help them get going right away, and they can play chords, which gives them a lot of gratification. It gives them a sense of pride that they're actually accomplishing something without just making a lot of noise. And there are many songs that can be learned on just those bottom 3 strings, which we'll get to in a different video. Okay? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you need to ask me any questions, feel free. My email will be somewhere at the bottom or within this video, and you can get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to respond to any questions that you might have. One more thing before we call this, I want to mention the difference between right and left-handed. Many parents don't understand, or actually don't know, that there are left-handed guitars available now for about the same price as you can buy a right-handed guitar. So if you do have a child that is left-handed, take them with you before you go and purchase a guitar and see what's more comfortable for them. This is right-handed, obviously. We have your left hand on the neck of the guitar. Your right hand is doing the strumming. Okay? Playing left-handed would be turning the guitar around, and a lot of people that started playing left-handed would do this and just play the strings upside down and have the guitar restrung. But as I said, these days you can buy a left-handed guitar for about the same price as you buy a right-handed guitar. So there's no reason for your child to be uncomfortable when they first start. Okay? All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye.